Et je suis désolée, mais je ne parle pas français très bien, so this will have to be in English. I know that my last name sounds like I should speak French, and it's awesome because I actually did a lot of research. I've spent the weekend on the island, or just over in Ile d'Orléans, and most of my ancestors come from this city. So it feels really neat to be what I feel like home. And the reason that I was able to find that was because people were considerate enough to leave artifacts that I could go and then trace my genealogy. And in a lot of ways, that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about proactive things that we can do in the moment right now that will make the lives of people who touch our code later easier. We will leave artifacts of our thinking. And we call this act empathy. And a lot of times when we think of the word empathy, we think of feelings, right? But empathy is not just a feeling. Empathy is a skill. It is a skill that you can learn. It is a skill that you can teach people on your team. And it is absolutely critical to building software. So I'm going to start off with a story. When I was in high school, there was this guy. His name was Scott. And Scott was president of the computer club. He was amazing and very much a geek, and nobody was surprised when he went and got his degree in computer science. What did surprise me was that 10 years later at our high school reunion, he approached me to be the CEO of his startup. He said that he had been reading my blog for a few years, and I had been talking about communication and how important it is to connect to your audience. And he said, I am not good with people, but I really love building software, and I really want to build software in this particular way, and I think that if I had you on my team, I could help you, we could do things together. And my response was, that's nice, Scott, but I'm not technical. I don't know anything about software. And I really felt at the time that there were people who were good with machines, and then there were people who were good with people. And Scott told me something that was very profound. He said, you're a developer, but you don't even know it yet. Because the way that you think about communications, I've seen it in your writing. You think about things in algorithms and patterns, and that is all that it is to code. So I believe in you, and I think we could do great things together. He also told me that the world of software was changing, that the goal was now just as much on people as it was on the bits and bytes and the ones and zeros that were going into our computer. And so he convinced me that together we would do amazing things. And so I said yes. And then a few years later, Scott asked another question, and I said yes again. So if anybody in the audience is single, I'll give you 51% of my startup was a really great pickup line that worked for me. But here's the thing. Had I not fallen in love with this guy, I probably would have quit. Because it is that hard to get people who understand people and people who understand machines to work together. This is not an easy problem. But luckily, we have 1,000 really smart people in this room who can help fix it. I didn't quit. And together, we created Corgi Bytes. Our tagline is old code, new tricks, which is kind of fun. And what we do is we transform slow, sluggish, sloppy systems. You can tell I'm a writer, I love alliteration, into code that generates more revenue, reduces operational costs, and reduces risks because security vulnerabilities are a really big thing. And the reason that we're able to do this is because we have a very, very strong focus on empathy and communication. It is at the very heart of our organization. And everyone in our organization is an excellent communicator and also codes. My administrative assistant is learning how to code. Every single developer on our team has training in empathy. Because what Scott and I learned is that it's not about people who code over here and people who speak to other people over here. It's about all of us embracing the wholeness of who we are. So that's what we're going to talk about today is empathy.